Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahla wa sahla feekum to another episode of Levantine Arabic Phrases. This is Ibrahim with you. I hope you're well and having a great time. In today's episode, we will be studying a number of phrases on how to double check if the person who you are talking to understands or understood the topic or the subject that you are discussing with the person. So there are some certain phrases to double check and say, did you understand what I said or did you understand what I mean? Without further ado, let's start. Our first phrase is عرفت. عرفت. عرفت if you're talking to masculine. So straight away change the annotation in your voice and you could say عرفت. Did you understand? Did you know? عرفت. And that is if you're talking to masculine. And if you talk to feminine, you would say عرفتي. 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 Our second phrase is very much the same, but we add an interrogative pronoun to the end of it, unlike the normal way of forming a question where we add the interrogative pronoun at the beginning of the verb. Here, if you want to double check that the person understands what you are saying, or double confirming that what you said it has been translated, then you would say عرفت كيف? Did you know how? عرفت كيف? عرفت كيف? Did you know how? And the overall idea, it means do you know? عرفت كيف? And if you're talking to feminine, you would say عرفتي كيف? عرفتي كيف? You could equally delete كيف and instead of it add شو. So sometimes people would say عرفت شو? عرفت شو? You knew what? That's the literal translation, you knew what? But the overall translation, it means did you get my idea or did you get the point? عرفت شو if you're talking to masculine, عرفت شو? عرفت شو? And if you're talking to feminine, you would say عرفتي شو? عرفتي شو? And now we could use a different verb to double confirm. So you could say شفت, did you see? شفت, did you see? شفت كيف? شفت كيف? Did you see how? شفت كيف? شفت كيف? Did you see how or see how? شفت كيف? And if you're talking to feminine, you say شفتي كيف? Did you see how? I have demonstrated this, or I've explained this, or the reason behind this idea, for example. So شفتي كيف? شفتي كيف? Our third verb we could use in the same meaning, it is فهمت. So if you're talking to masculine, you would say فهمت علي? فهمت علي. فهم, to understand. فهمت, you understood. علي, to me, on me. So فهمت علي, did you understand me? And equally, if you talk to feminine, you would say فهمتي علي. فهمتي علي, did you understand me? Did you get my point? On our fourth phrase, you could say, going back to the first verb, عرف, you could say عرفت قصدي. عرفت قصدي, did you get my point? Meaning, did you know my point? عرفت قصدي. عرفت قصدي. So عرف is to know, عرفت, you understood. قصد is point or aim. عرفت قصدي, did you get my point? Did you get what I meant? And that is if you're talking to masculine. And if you talk to feminine, equally you would use the same verb, but you would change the ending. So you would say عرفتي قصدي. عرفتي قصدي, did you, feminine, get my point? عرفتي قصدي. عرفتي قصدي. عرفتي قصدي. Our final phrase, really basic, really easy, you all know it, which is معي أنت. معي أنت, are you with me? So just in case if you're trying to explain something and you see that actually you've lost them or you've lost the person while explaining something, all you need to say معي أنت, معي أنت, and it means are you with me? معي أنت, معي أنت. And if you're talking to feminine, you say معي أنتي, معي أنتي, are you with me? But you could equally, you could use the same phrase, meaning like, are you siding with me or do you agree with my point? So you could say معي أنتي, معي أنتي. And if you talk to masculine, you'd say معي أنت, معي أنت. And that was our last phrase for today. I hope you really enjoyed this episode and had a great time learning Arabic. Till next time, keep well and hope you have a lovely day. Ma salama.